This is Alucard, and here is a culmination of my entire Castlevania Facts series. Castlevania Facts is a series of YouTube shorts in which facts regarding the Castlevania franchise are shared by various characters within the franchise, and some characters from outside of the Castlevania game franchise. So welcome to an hour of all the many narrated facts of the franchise, over 60 episodes, with chapters marking each season of 20 episodes.
You may enjoy Castlevania content. Here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. While most ports of Symphony of the Night feature Yuri Lowenthal voicing Alucard, the original version on PS1 featured the voice of Robert Belgrade for the iconic son of Dracula.
Count Dracula is a progenitor of his line of enemies, the Belmonts, in 2 alternate Castlevania timelines, the decanonized Castlevania Legends, and in the Lords of Shadow reboot. In Lords of Shadow, he is the Crusader Knight known as Gabriel Belmont, and in Castlevania Legends, his son Alucard fathers Trevor Belmont with his enemy Sonia Belmont. In the game canon of Castlevania, Dracula's second wife, Lisa, is killed by crucifixion, unlike the burning at the stake in the Netflix animated series. Lisa's death by crucifixion inspires Dracula to implement his horrific method of execution. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for additional Castlevania content.
While you may enjoy Castlevania content, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. The game of Castlevania Legends features Sonia Belmont as the first female leading protagonist in a Castlevania game. While not canonical to the main timeline, she nonetheless remains the first lead female character in the game series, only to have another in the form of Shanoa in Order of Ecclesia.
While Castlevania Symphony of the Night has 4 possible endings, the ending unlocked by exploring at least 196% of the game, in which Maria goes with Alucard, is canon to the game timeline. Castlevania Symphony of the Night has a sequel in radio drama form entitled Castlevania Nocturne of Recollection, talking about the struggles of Alucard, Richter Belmont, and Maria Renard, 1 year after the events of Symphony of the Night. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for additional Castlevania content.
While you may enjoy Castlevania content, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. While Christopher Belmont is not well known, he was the lead character of the early Game Boy Castlevania titles: Castlevania, The Adventure, and Castlevania: Belmont's Revenge for the original Nintendo Game Boy.
In the Castlevania games, the death of Dracula results in the destruction of his castle, as both are intertwined in their existence in our own world.
There is a long absence of characters named Belmont in the Castlevania games during the 19th century. This occurred due to Richter Belmont giving up the family vampire killer whip to the Morris family after his excruciating ordeal of becoming a mind-controlled puppet of Shaft in Symphony of the Night.
Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for additional Castlevania content.
While you may enjoy Castlevania content, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know.
On November 14, 2022, Japanese voice actor Kiyoyuki Yanada passed away. Kiyoyuki Yanada was known for voicing Richter Belmont and Shaft in Japanese dubs of the Castlevania games, and also Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for one last time as the iconic character. Dracula in the Castlevania games is a powerful demon lord, with his own domain in the Chaos Realm or Hell, explaining his various monstrous forms he assumes in various Castlevania games, along with his ability to return from death to our world.
While there has not been an official Castlevania game regarding the events of 1999, in which Alucard and Julius Belmont allied against Dracula to destroy him in the Demon Castle War, 1999 in the real world saw the release of Castlevania 64 as the first 3D Castlevania game.
Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for additional Castlevania content.
Hello, this is your acting host, Joshua Graham, filling in for Alucard, and here are 3 Castlevania facts you probably didn't know. While Alucard is primarily portrayed as having long white hair or blonde hair in most games he appears in, his original appearance in Castlevania 3 actually resembled Count Dracula, as portrayed by Bela Lugosi in the 1931 Dracula film. While Castlevania. Legacy of Darkness was sold as a separate game from Castlevania 64. It is actually a more complete version of Castlevania 64, with some added characters and story, making it an early Game of the Year gimmick. Simon Belmont is the most common leading protagonist of the Castlevania games, being the lead character in 5 Castlevania games. Simon also appears in Super Smash Bros. Judgment and Grimoire of Souls as a supporting or optional playable character. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is your acting host, Joshua Graham, filling in for Alucard, and here are 3 Castlevania facts you probably didn't know. In spite of the moniker, Metroidvania used to describe the Castlevania games, beginning with Symphony of the Night with RPG mechanics. Konami's producer after Symphony of the Night, Koji Igarashi, stated in interviews that he actually took inspiration from Legend of Zelda games in terms of the new mechanic. In the Castlevania Lords of Shadow games, Count Dracula, or Gabriel Belmont, is voiced by Robert Carlyle, also known for his portrayal of the James Bond villain Renard, as well as Rumpelstiltskin in the fantasy TV series Once Upon a Time. Nocturne of Recollection is the epilogue of Symphony of the Night and features Richter, Maria, and Alucard. Will the son of Dracula return in the new Netflix series? The series is called Nocturne after all. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is your acting host, Joshua Graham, filling in for Alucard, and here are 3 Castlevania facts you probably didn't know. In spite of the moniker, Metroidvania used to describe the Castlevania games, beginning with Symphony of the Night with RPG mechanics. Konami's producer after Symphony of the Night, Koji Igarashi, stated in interviews that he actually took inspiration from Legend of Zelda games in terms of the new mechanic. In the Castlevania Lords of Shadow games, Count Dracula, or Gabriel Belmont, is voiced by Robert Carlyle, also known for his portrayal of the James Bond villain Renard, as well as Rumpelstiltskin in the fantasy TV series Once Upon a Time. Nocturne of Recollection is the epilogue of Symphony of the Night and features Richter, Maria, and Alucard. Will the son of Dracula return in the new Netflix series? The series is called Nocturne after all. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is your acting host, Joshua Graham, filling in for Alucard, and here are 3 Castlevania facts you probably didn't know. Shin Ichiro Miki, the voice actor for Richter Belmont in the radio drama Nocturne of Recollection, also voiced Alucard in the Japanese dub of the Netflix animated series. Alucard is a father in 3 alternate Castlevania continuities. First, he has a daughter named Layla in the Castlevania Choose Your Own Adventure book, known as Legend of Satanic Castle. Second, the father of Trevor Belmont in Castlevania Legends. Third, he is the father of Simon Belmont in Castlevania Lords of Shadow. In the Castlevania games, Sonia Belmont and Maria Renard have an appearance based off the animated film design of Doris Lang, a supporting character in the 1985 film Vampire Hunter D. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more.
Hello everyone. This is Alucard back from my brief vacation, and here are 3 Castlevania facts you probably didn't know. Alucard has an unexplained absence from the war on Dracula in the first half of the 19th century. While the century without the Belmonts has been explained from the events in Symphony of the Night, there has not been an explanation for the absence of the son of Dracula. Reinhard Schneider, the main protagonist of Castlevania 64, is actually a direct descendant of Richter Belmont. Richter Belmont had a daughter, whose name is unknown, but her son, Michael Schneider, taught his son Reinhard to carry on the Belmont tradition. For reasons unexplained, Eric Lecard's official artwork in Castlevania, Portrait of Ruin, shows a mourning Alucard in the background. The reason remains unknown, although the spear used by Eric Lecard originally was Alucard's spear. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. In the Castlevania games, there is a trick wherein if a character's weapon is used and the button remains held without releasing, the character will block attacks using the weapon. Experiment in the games to see if this trick works. While an early title for the Game Boy Advance, Castlevania: Circle of the Moon, was considered a standalone alternate universe game with the conflicting information on Nathan Graves having the vampire killer whip, when canonically, the Morris family carried the relic as designated by Richter Belmont. The main events of Bram Stoker's Dracula novel are considered canonical to the Castlevania timeline, with Quincy Morris being the heir of the Belmont tradition present with Jonathan Harker and Abraham Van Helsing in destroying Dracula in London in 1897. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more.
Hello, I'm Maria, and here are 3 facts from Castlevania that you probably didn't know. While there were awful witch hunts in the history of Castlevania, along with witches often being hostile monsters in-game, there are also numerous witches who are in fact playable protagonists in the games. These include Sypha Belnades, Lucy West, Shanoa, Charlotte Olin, Julia Laforez, Carrie Fernandez, and myself. In Castlevania, Dracula is not of the Basarab family like his real historical counterpart, Vladimir Tepes. In Castlevania, he was originally a French knight in the Crusades known as Matthias Kronkvist. In the original Castlevania 3, the exiled Wallachian prince known as Grant Dynasty was an unlockable companion to the player. He was inspired by the historical Dynasty family which rivaled the House of Dracul, or House of the Dragon. So here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, I'm Maria, and here are 3 facts from Castlevania that you probably didn't know. The original concept of Symphony of the Night was actually a game for the Sega 32X known as Castlevania: The Bloodletting, set to feature Richter Belmont, Maria Renard, and the mysterious rival, a rogue hunter turned to helping Dracula. Alucard's origin was retconned and reworked in Symphony of the Night, from his origin in Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. Instead of being born a human and converted into a vampire by his father, after Symphony, Alucard was born as a human-vampire hybrid instead. While the origins of the Lacards remain a mystery, Eric Lacard's twin daughters Stella and Loretta remain unusual in being cured of the vampiric curse and return to normal human status, as the best and canonical ending of Portrait of Ruin. So here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, I'm Maria, and here are 3 facts from Castlevania that you probably didn't know. Victor Belmont, a character in Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, was originally designed to be included in an earlier cancelled game known as Castlevania Resurrection for the Sega Dreamcast. Just like in canon, Sypha was the wife of Trevor Belmont, however. The Lords of Shadow Sypha Belmont, with the maiden name Belnades, had no demonstrated spellcasting in the Lords of Shadow universe. Maria Renard was shown briefly in the teaser trailer for Castlevania Nocturne. She is shown summoning a sacred beast in another time with her eyes closed. Her design in the trailer largely follows the design of the character in Dracula X Chronicles for the Sony PSP. So here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, I'm Maria, and here are 3 facts from Castlevania that you probably didn't know. Just as in the 1992 film, Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, Dracula in the Castlevania series originally had a wife named Elizabetha, back when he was known as Matthias Kronkvist. She died like her film counterpart, and afterwards in grief and spite, Matthias, like Vladimir in the film, rebelled against God and became the monster, Count Dracula. In the Castlevania canon, Alucard has no siblings, but he does have a cousin named Elizabeth Bartley, not to be confused with Carmilla, who is responsible for the plot of Castlevania Bloodlines, and also is set to appear in the upcoming Netflix series, Castlevania Nocturne. Elizabeth Bathory, the character who appeared in Castlevania Bloodlines, will be appearing in Castlevania Nocturne, voiced by Franca Potente. So here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more.
Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. Numerous art designs in the Castlevania series are the work of artist Ayami Kojima, not to be confused with Konami's long-standing producer and creator of Metal Gear, Hideo Kojima. The Mummy is a recurring boss in the Castlevania game series, but so far, he only appears in the side-scrolling Castlevania games. Little is known, other than he is most likely based on the 1932 film monster known as Imhotep, portrayed by Boris Karloff. In the first Lords of Shadow game, the plot revolves around the protagonist, Gabriel Belmont, destroying the Lords of Shadow, each lord representing negative elements of the human condition, similar in many ways to the 1996 game Blood Omen, where a noble-turned-vampire named Cain seeks a similar objective. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. In Castlevania Symphony of the Night, when the dying succubus asks Alucard if he is Dracula's child, this is a reference to the novels, comics, and animated films of Vampire Hunter D, in which the titular protagonist's enemies ask him if he is the son of Dracula before they die. In Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, and in Vampire Hunter, D Bloodlust, a female adversary taunts and attempts to lure the protagonist to his doom by impersonating his dead human mother. Regarding the character of Maria Renard, her young version is inspired by the girl named Maria, whom Frankenstein's monster throws into the lake out of curiosity in the 1931 film. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. Olrox will be appearing in Castlevania Nocturne. However, his original inspiration was that of Count Orlok from the old horror film Nosferatu. The mature Maria Renard from Castlevania Symphony of the Night was modeled after Doris Lang, a supporting character in the 1985 animated film Vampire Hunter D. In Castlevania, Curse of Darkness, the voice of the main protagonist, Hector, is by actor Crispin McDougal Freeman, who also voiced Matthias in Lament of Innocence, as well as Alucard in the anime, Hellsing. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. In Castlevania lore, the arch-villain known as Chaos has 3 cursed enchanted stones, ebony, crimson, and an unknown orange gemstone. The ebony and crimson stones were featured in the plot of Lament of Innocence. In Castlevania, Curse of Darkness, Isaac Laferez is voiced by Liam O'Brien, who also provided the voice of the DC Comics supervillain, the Joker, on the television series known as Young Justice, prior to the series being later renewed on streaming services. In French, Belmont is the word for beautiful mountain, a brief bit of name etymology behind the family who battles Dracula. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. In Metal Gear Solid, on the PS1 version, if you have saved game files for Castlevania Symphony of the Night on your PlayStation memory card, or even the virtual memory card of your PlayStation emulator, the enemy known as Psycho Mantis will reveal that you have been playing Castlevania in a 4th wall break. In Castlevania 64, one of the most complained about sections of the game was the part in which the character must run through the castle with a bottle of nitroglycerin. Just like real-life nitroglycerin explodes from vibrations, so does the nitro in the game, making the part very difficult. In the game Fallout New Vegas, there is an achievement known as "The Same Could Be Said of All Religious Weapons," which is a reference to Dracula telling Richter Belmont, "The same could be said of all religions," in Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. In Castlevania, Curse of Darkness, Isaac Laferez has a favorite summoned innocent devil named Abel. This is a mythological reference to the brothers of Cain and Abel. In the Netflix adaptation of Castlevania, the reimagined Isaac also has the summoned demon named Abel as an homage to the original character. There is a fan theory that Alucard's mother Lisa might be a kind of reincarnation of Elizabetha Kronkvist. First, Lisa has an uncanny resemblance to her, and second, Lisa is Elizabetha with letters removed. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. In Castlevania, Curse of Darkness, Isaac Lafarise has a favorite summoned innocent devil named Abel. This is a mythological reference to the brothers of Cain and Abel. In the Netflix adaptation of Castlevania, the reimagined Isaac also has the summoned demon named Abel as an homage to the original character. There is a fan theory that Alucard's mother Lisa might be a kind of reincarnation of Elizabetha Kronkvist. First, Lisa has an uncanny resemblance to her, and second, Lisa is Elizabetha with letters removed. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. In Castlevania Nocturne, Alucard has returned at the end of Season 1 of the new Castlevania Netflix series. Unlike his game version, he already knows who Richter is, and appears to be Richter's immediate ally, unlike in the games when Alucard only shows up due to a mysterious disappearance of Richter in Symphony of the Night. The scene of Alucard's return in Castlevania Nocturne, in which Alucard impales the attacking vampire while nearly missing Richter, is an homage to Symphony of the Night, in which Alucard nearly strikes Richter while striking the demonic orbs used by Shaft to possess Richter. The demon familiar, which can be summoned by Alucard in Symphony of the Night, is an homage to Vampire Hunter D's symbiotic left hand. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more.
Hello, I'm Maria, and here are 3 facts from Castlevania that you probably didn't know. Unlike her Netflix counterpart, Maria Renard is 12 years old instead of 17 in 1792, and only lived in France beginning in 1797, originally from Wallachia, or in present-day Romania before then. Medusa is the most common boss fight in the Castlevania game series, appearing in almost every single game, as well as spin-off games, including Dead Cells and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Medusa was originally a servant of vampire lord Walter Bernhard. After his death at the hands of Leon Belmont, Medusa took allegiance to Matthias, or Dracula, after Matthias got Walter's heart and became a vampire himself. So here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, I'm Maria, and here are 3 facts from Castlevania that you probably didn't know. Today, on October 21st, 2023, the game known as Castlevania Lament of Innocence turns 20 years old. The game was initially released for Sony PlayStation 2 on this day, 20 years ago, in 2003. The character known as Cornell was originally featured in Castlevania Legacy of Darkness as a story for the prologue of Castlevania 64. He was later featured in the crossover fighting game known as Castlevania Judgment, and reimagined as a villain in Lords of Shadow. A feature of Castlevania, the Dracula Chronicles, is that each rescued maiden gives both Richter Belmont and Maria Renard new abilities. Don't fail to rescue if you want to complete the game fully. So here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, I'm Maria, and here are 3 facts from Castlevania that you probably didn't know. Alucard, having a fairy companion, is a reference to how the playable protagonist of the Legend of Zelda series, known as Link, also has a fairy companion, which guides him in finding secrets and advises him in possible decisions. The character of Shanoa, from Order of Ecclesia, was modeled after the appearance of Koji Igarashi's own wife. In Castlevania, it has never been officially resolved as to how Eric Alucard is related to Alucard and inherited his weapons. However, blood relation or adoption is irrelevant, given that he is Alucard's designated heir, just as the Morris family are the designated heirs of the Belmont tradition for a time. So here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, I'm Maria, and here are 3 facts from Castlevania that you probably didn't know. Trevor Belmont was first mentioned outside of the games, in the animated television series known as Captain N, the Game Master. His grave is shown in the episode entitled Return to Castlevania. Long before the Castlevania Netflix series, Alucard also appeared in the animated television series known as Captain N, the Game Master, as a teenage son of Dracula who likes to skateboard. On July 2, 2021, Felicity Sampler passed away. She voiced the younger Maria Renard in Castlevania Judgment as well as Castlevania Harmony of Despair. So here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, I'm Maria, and here are 3 facts from Castlevania that you probably didn't know. While Michelle Roof is the most common voice for Maria Renard in Symphony of the Night, in the original version of the game, the character was voiced by Kimberly Forsyth. Stephanie Rufan Sheh voiced Charlotte Allen, along with Loretta Alucard, and even the younger Eric Alucard in Castlevania Judgment. The earliest portrayal of a Castlevania character on television was Simon Belmont, as a regular supporting character in the animated television series known as Captain N, the Game Master. So here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more.
Hello there, this is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania that you probably didn't know. In Castlevania, sacred family heirlooms such as the Vampire Killer Whip, used by the Belmonts, have a debilitating effect when not used by a true-blooded Belmont. This does not appear to be the case with the designated heir of Alucard's sacred vampire killing spear, for unknown reasons. Little is known regarding Richter Belmont after Symphony of the Night, save for the radio drama known as Nocturne of Recollection, where he comes back to visit Maria and make sure she and Alucard are okay. In Legend of Satanic Castle, Alucard's daughter Layla is likely a nod to Layla Marcus from the Vampire Hunter D novel, known as Demon Death Chase. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello there, this is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania that you probably didn't know. Douglas Rye, who is known for lending his vocal talents to Dynasty Warriors and Resident Evil, also voiced Dracula in Curse of Darkness and Portrait of Ruin. Richter Belmont was originally voiced in the original PS1 release for Symphony of the Night by Scott McCulloch, who sadly passed away on September 24, 2000. The name Richter is the German word for judge. This is a reference to the original Rondo of Blood having an opening narration in German, as well as Richter as a character having a strong sense of good and evil, coupled with a strong conviction in his cause. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello there, this is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania that you probably didn't know. Maria Renard is part of the Belmont bloodline. If there are doubts about that, Dracula acknowledges Maria herself as being from the sacred lineage in her own ending for Rondo of Blood. The possibility of Annette becoming a vampiress herself only occurs as a non-canon possibility in the Rondo of Blood remake known as the Dracula X Chronicles. In Castlevania games, there is usually hidden hearts and other power-ups shortly before you enter Dracula's throne room. Keep your eyes open while climbing the stairs or entering his tower. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello there, this is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania that you probably didn't know. In Castlevania 64, the name Carrie Fernandez is a mistranslation. Her name was originally meant to be Carrie Belnades, and in the context of the game, she has a shared heritage with Sypha Belnades and Yoko Belnades. While there has never been a first-person Castlevania game, there has been a total conversion for the first-person shooter known as Doom in the form of Castlevania Simon's Destiny, which is available in the description of this video. In the Lords of Shadow universe, the summoned character of Michael Schneider is actually a reference to the father of Reinhard Schneider in Castlevania 64. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more.
Hello, this is Simon Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania that you probably didn't know. In the film Dracula 2000, famous item crashes from Castlevania games, including the Holy Bible and the Boomerang Cross Throw, are featured in the film involving a man named Simon, but not Belmont. In the manual for Super Castlevania 4, Simon Belmont is listed as a Dhampir. This may be due to the fact that prior to Igarashi's retcon, the Belmont bloodline was continued with Dracula's son, Alucard, as the father in Castlevania Legends. In the various returns of Dracula from death, there have been close calls in corrupting members of the Belmont family. The first known case was that of Christopher's son, Soleil, and the second was that of Richter. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Simon Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania that you probably didn't know. The earliest known spoken voice of Simon Belmont came in the television series known as Captain N the Game Master, in which the iconic Castlevania character was voiced by Andrew Cavadas. In Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the sword known as Luminous, wielded by Alucard, is also known as Orcrist, from the fantasy novel known as The Hobbit. While Knights Templar are portrayed in both Castlevania Netflix animated series, the Templar were virtually annihilated in the 14th century and beyond as per an order of extermination from the French king, Philip IV. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Simon Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania that you probably didn't know. Tulkas was among a powerful race of primitive beings who helped create the Earth in the Lord of the Rings prequel, known as the Silmarillion. Tulkas prided himself on fighting with his fists. Alucard's brass knuckle is named the Fist of Tulkas after the fantasy character. Castlevania is a series that has had role-playing game mechanics from the earliest days of the franchise. Vampire Killer for the MSX2 computer had the mechanic of finding keys to unlock doors to new areas as early as 1986, in the same year as the Castlevania for the Famicom and NES. Richter was not the first Belmont to have a kidnapped love interest. This actually goes back to 1987 with the release of the Castlevania arcade game, known as Haunted Castle, released only for arcade consoles, where Simon Belmont seeks to rescue his kidnapped wife. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Simon Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania that you probably didn't know. In Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, Alucard must battle the same bosses encountered by Simon Belmont in the original Castlevania for NES to unlock the final encounter with Dracula. While the playable protagonists do not perform time travel, Several antagonists in the Castlevania series do perform time travel from the future into the present, including Galamoth and Saint Germain in canon, and Aeon in the non-canon crossover known as Judgment. From Castlevania 64, the character of Reinhard Schneider was based off the design of Simon Belmont in the TV series known as Captain N, the Game Master. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Simon Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania that you probably didn't know. The surname of Renard, from the Castlevania character of Maria, is the French word for fox, likely referring in game to the character being sharp and creative. In both Castlevania Judgment and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Simon Belmont is voiced by Keith Silverstein, also known for voicing the character of Speedwagon from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Unlike his canonical counterpart, Simon Belmont in Lords of Shadow is also a practitioner of summoning familiar spirits to aid him, someone similar to the canonical character of Maria Renard. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Simon Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania that you probably didn't know. The name of Alucard, when spelled in reverse, comes out to a Romanian phrase of Idrak El, or in English, he is the devil, a possible second case of a play on the name of Dracula after Alucard in the Castlevania series. When Death or the Grim Reaper in Castlevania games assumes a disguise, he uses an alias beginning with the letter Z. This is due to the fact that since he represents the end of life, the last letter of the English alphabet is used in his alias. The name of the game series, Castlevania, comes from the name of Count Dracula's living demonic castle, which is featured in every single canon game, and which has an alternate version in the Lords of Shadow universe. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more.
Hello, this is Justa Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. The name Justa is the French word for righteous, referring to the character's perseverance in difficult but correct decisions during harmony of dissonance. Just Belmont has an extremely pale complexion and long white hair, similar to the other Castlevania character known as Alucard. While ultimately not the case, there was some fan speculation that he may have been related to the son of Dracula. It was due to the actions of Simon Belmont in 1691 in Transylvania, the Belmonts found greater respect and acceptance by the people living in the region, and as a result, Just and later Richter are shown in their events as being fairly well off, if not even nobility, in their communities. Just with his friends and Richter with his arranged engagement to Annette. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Justa Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Just Belmont was born in 1730. Assuming he is still alive in Rondo of Blood, he would be 62 years old. Who is the tallest playable character in Castlevania? Currently, the record is held by Alucard, who stands at 6 feet 1 inch in height. Just Belmont is a special character in the Castlevania franchise due to his ability to cast water and fire spells, along with also wielding the Holy Vampire Killer Whip. This is different from other Belmonts who usually channel their magic through holy weapons, such as the cross, holy water, or silver knives. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Justa Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. In the Lords of Shadow games, the voice of the Grim Reaper is provided by Patrick Stewart, who also voiced Charles Xavier in the X-Men Legends games, and the Emperor Uriel Septim in the Elder Scrolls: For Oblivion. Talos, a giant iron golem in harmony of dissonance, was actually inspired by the living statue from Greek and Roman myths with the same name. Thomas Weiner voiced the Grim Reaper in 3 successive Castlevania games, first in Lament of Innocence, followed by Curse of Darkness, followed by Portrait of Ruin. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Justa Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Beginning with the PSP release of Symphony of the Night as a hidden game within Dracula X Chronicles, Dracula was voiced by Patrick Seitz, better known as the voice of Scorpion in more recent Mortal Kombat games. Michael Dorn, known for his role as Worf in Star Trek The Next Generation, also played a role in the Castlevania fan film known as Castlevania Hymn of Blood. Lesser demons in Castlevania were originally meant to be called Balrogs after the monsters from Lord of the Rings, but were named lesser demons instead due to copyright issues with the Tolkien family. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Justa Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Beginning with the PSP release of Symphony of the Night as a hidden game within Dracula X Chronicles, Dracula was voiced by Patrick Seitz, better known as the voice of Scorpion in more recent Mortal Kombat games. Michael Dorn, known for his role as Worf in Star Trek The Next Generation, also played a role in the Castlevania fan film known as Castlevania Hymn of Blood. Lesser demons in Castlevania were originally meant to be called Balrogs after the monsters from Lord of the Rings, but were named lesser demons instead due to copyright issues with the Tolkien family. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more.
Hello, I am Shanoa, and here are 3 Castlevania facts you probably didn't know. While you are waiting for Season 2 of Castlevania Nocturne, did you know that there was a Castlevania fan film? It's called Castlevania Hymn of Blood, and it's on YouTube. The link is provided in the description. While Castlevania 64 was initially considered canon, it was later retconned for possible contradiction of the century without Belmonts. While Hermina Alucard was introduced in Castlevania Grimoire of Souls, the abrupt ending of the game due to cancellation leaves many unanswered questions concerning her identity. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Shanoa, and here are 3 Castlevania facts you probably didn't know. The name Shanoa means the grace of God, referring to her role in order of Ecclesia, as both a hero and a designated sacrifice. You cannot trust appearances in Castlevania, as Dracula and his minions have proven willing to use all sorts of disguises. Dracula's right hand impersonates priests. While Castlevania Legends is not canon, Alucard can wear his outfit from Legends in Grimoire of Souls. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Shanoa, and here are 3 Castlevania facts you probably didn't know. While it's mentioned about how a love interest is in danger in Castlevania games, it's more likely to be your own child. or sibling whom you must try and rescue. The reasons for food, such as meat or sweet cakes in the case of Maria Renard, being embedded within the walls of Dracula's castle, has not been explained, and thus remains a mystery. Patrick Stewart and Malcolm McDowell both starred in the film Star Trek Generations, and both would voice the Grim Reaper in Castlevania. Patrick Stewart in Lords of Shadow, and Malcolm McDowell in the final season of the animated Castlevania series on Netflix. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Shanoa, and here are 3 Castlevania facts you probably didn't know. The Ring of Varda is an item in Castlevania games inspired by Lord of the Rings. Varda in Lord of the Rings is the Queen of the Stars, and among the beings who created the world, known as the Valar. The earliest spoken voice of the Grim Reaper in Castlevania games occurred in Symphony of the Night, with Dennis Falt voicing the iconic right hand of Count Dracula. Alucard's return in Castlevania Nocturne was foreshadowed by his voice being in the teaser trailer, along with his voice actor from the first Netflix series, James Callis, being listed on IMDb. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Shanoa, and here are 3 Castlevania facts you probably didn't know. Outside of Simon Belmont in the Castlevania games, there was another Simon Belmont in a spin-off book, who was a movie actor starring in movies about Dracula, only to have the real monsters disrupt the filming of the movie he was starring in. Castlevania Legends was the final Castlevania for the original Nintendo Game Boy handheld console, released 25 years later in 2023 in the Nintendo Switch Online Store. While Super Smash Bros. Ultimate featured Simon Belmont, it was not the first time Simon Belmont appeared in a fighting game. He had previously appeared in the non-Castlevania games of Battle Trist and Dream Mix TV World Fighters. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Shanoa, and here are 3 Castlevania facts you probably didn't know. Shanoa is a hidden, unlockable character in her sole fighting game appearance, Castlevania Judgment. While members of the Belmont clan are shown carrying swords, Reinhard Schneider from Castlevania 64 and Legacy of Darkness actually can wield a sword in-game. Maria Renard is a hidden, unlockable character in Castlevania, Portrait of Ruin for the Nintendo DS. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more.
Hello, I am Carrie, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. In Castlevania 64, when playing as Carrie, you don't need to remain in place to attack. You can move from your position after casting a spell, allowing for evasion of enemy attacks. Cornell appears outside of Legacy of Darkness as a playable character in Castlevania Judgment, and is reimagined as a villain in Lords of Shadow. In Castlevania, Legacy of Darkness, the game was broken in development, as Cornell makes no difference in his stats between his human and wolf forms. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Carrie, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Castlevania Bloodlines can be purchased on the Nintendo Switch Store by purchasing the Sega Genesis emulator, which grants you the option of playing Castlevania Bloodlines along with numerous other Sega Genesis games. In Castlevania Legends, the inspiration being taken from Vampire Hunter D couldn't be more blatant. Take a look at how Vampire Hunter D and Alucard in this game appear. In Castlevania, the Dracula X Chronicles, both the original Rondo of Blood as well as Symphony of the Night can be unlocked and played within the PSP game. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Carrie, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. The first Castlevania game, where you got to play as Dracula, was not the Lords of Shadow games, but Kid Dracula, a parody of the original Castlevania games in which Dracula is the hero. While the Vampire Hunter D novels, comics, and films all had a heavy inspiration on the Castlevania game franchise, there has only been one Vampire Hunter D video game, released back in late 1999 and early 2000. While the behemoth is usually portrayed as half a giant bull-like monster, Castlevania 64 portrayed the behemoth with a full body in the Colosseum as a boss battle. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Carrie, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. There was a Castlevania arcade game released in 2009. This arcade game featured a light shooter mechanic, comparable to other arcade shooting games such as House of the Dead or Maximum Force. The summoned End Demon in the PlayStation 4 and the mobile phone ports of Castlevania. Symphony of the Night speaks of big red buttons as a reference to the tabletop game of Warhammer 40,000, in which the orcs use big red buttons to control almost all their equipment. The voice of Carrie Fernandez for Castlevania 64 was provided by Bianca Allen, also known for various voices in Ace Combat, Bloody Roar, Mobile Suit Gundam, and more. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Carrie, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. The voice of Reinhard Schneider in Castlevania 64 was provided by Andrew Hankinson, his sole voice role in the Castlevania franchise. The death of Dracula causing the destruction of his castle in the Castlevania games was inspired by Vampire Hunter D, in which the death of a vampire causes the destruction of their symbiotically linked castle. In the credits for the original Castlevania game, the name James Banana is a reference to the composer James Bernard, who composed the score of the 1958 Dracula film. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Carrie, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. The composer for the music of the original game titled Castlevania, released in 1986 for the Famicom and NES, is none other than Kinuyo Yamashita, who went on to compose the musical scores for many other video games following her work on Castlevania. In Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, Trevor Belmont, and Alucard are the same person. This is due to the Lords of Shadow Dracula being Trevor's father Gabriel, turning Trevor into a vampire to prevent his permanent death in Mirror of Fate. In both Lords of Shadow and canon Castlevania, the ending is that of a sunrise, symbolizing a new, hopefully better era, beginning as a new day. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more.
Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. The name Alucard originates from the 1943 horror film known as Son of Dracula. It was revealed in Castlevania, Grimoire of Souls, that the Alucard family was not lost, but instead, there was another Alucard named Hermina. Her origin is unknown due to the discontinuation of the game. Unlike his counterpart in the timeline of Castlevania, Walter Bernhard in the Lords of Shadow timeline was not a vampire. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. Generally speaking, in Castlevania games, the ending unlocked through finding all the secrets in the game is the canon ending. Purchasing items in Castlevania games has a long history in the franchise, going back to Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, in which Simon Belmont can buy various items from merchants he encounters in the game. While Castlevania Chronicles is famous for its release in 2001 as among the last games on the Sony PlayStation console, it was actually first released in Japan in 1993 on the X68000 PC. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. The giant statue from Greek and Roman myths, Talos, appears in 2 Castlevania games as a mini-boss. Those games are Castlevania Bloodlines and Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. Prior to Simon Belmont in the original Castlevania, there was Christopher Belmont in the 1500s, who was featured in 2 games for the Nintendo Game Boy, Castlevania, The Adventure, and Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge. In the Lords of Shadow timeline, the Belmont family heirloom, a small mirror which shows a person or object's true form in the reflection, as well as possible future events. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. In Symphony of the Night, the ferryman can also be viewed from afar, using the telescope in the lowest portion of the castle's outer wall. The item crash, or the extra powerful use of a sub-weapon, was first introduced into the Castlevania game known as Rondo of Blood, used by Richter Belmont. Featured as a monster in Castlevania games, Azaghal is borrowed from the Lord of the Rings prequel, known as the Silmarillion, where the name denoted a mighty dwarven king slain by the dragon, Glauron. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. The monster known as Legion is a massive conglomeration of numerous human corpses with a hive mind at its core. The core of Legion is usually a demonic brain capable of projecting deadly beams of magical light. The Castlevania monster known as Legion was inspired from the Christian story in which Jesus Christ casts many demons out from possession of a man, who then take possession of a herd of swine, who stampede off a cliff into the ocean. Unlike his canon counterpart, the Count Dracula in Lords of Shadow defeated several Belmonts who came to kill him. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. While Castlevania is famous for being on the NES, its first release actually occurred on the Nintendo PC, known as the Famicom, on a floppy disk. In the first Castlevania Lords of Shadow game, Metal Gear Solid creator Hideo Kojima was called over by the producer, Dave Cox, to assist in the making of the game as a co-producer. While Castlevania Symphony of the Night had slow initial sales, it eventually became the third highest-selling Castlevania game, selling 1.27 million units from all versions except for mobile app sales. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. While a high seller, the original Castlevania from 1986 is actually the second highest selling Castlevania game, selling 1.56 million units, behind Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, at 1.77 million units sold. Castlevania Bloodlines, for the Sega Genesis, had the worst sales of any Castlevania game, selling only 40,000 units for the cartridge. Castlevania 64 is the only instance in which Death or the Grim Reaper flies with wings in a Castlevania game. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. I have other content on Castlevania which I recommend, including my commentary on the lore of Castlevania, my podcast entitled Whatever Happened to the Game, in which I discuss with guests on the history of video game franchises. Then you can take a look at my Castlevania Facts, the series of YouTube shorts used in the making of this video. All of these playlists can remain up to date to you by subscribing to my channel on YouTube. Updates on my content can be found on my blog entitled Alucard Headquarters on Blogger, with the link provided in the description. My channel can be supported by my tip jar and store selling merchandise over on Streamlabs. Now to offer my thanks and acknowledgements for the making of this video. As this wonderful hour of facts about Castlevania concludes, I want to credit and thank the many Castlevania-themed YouTubers who helped inspire my creation of this series. Links to these channels are in the description. Albeleo, Dongled, Dracula Tepes 420, Hail to the Jew, Joseph Cohen Mason, Kaos Nova, Neo Belmont, Raymond Belmont, The Traveler, Syndravania Projects, Richter Belmont, Silveranum, Stock, and Weigel Village. And finally, my dear audience, until we meet again, farewell.
Hello, this is Simon Belmont. Here are 3 interesting facts about Castlevania. The alias of Wind, used in Portrait of Ruin, is likely a reference to the theme song of Alucard, entitled I Am the Wind. In the first Lords of Shadow game, the merchant character known as the Chupacabra is voiced by Hideo Kojima, the creator of Metal Gear. The first Castlevania game to feature cooperative 2-player gameplay was Portrait of Ruin, released for the Nintendo DS Portable Console in 2006. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more Castlevania content. Hello, this is Simon Belmont. Here are 3 interesting facts about Castlevania. The wife of Simon Belmont in Lords of Shadow, Selena, was borrowed from the fiancé of Simon Belmont in the arcade game known as Haunted Castle, released in 1987. While we don't have a new Castlevania game officially, There have been mods with the games of V Rising and Dead by Daylight, which give a Castlevania skin to the games. While Vampire Killer and Haunted Castle do not contain the word Castlevania in their titles, they are nonetheless part of the Castlevania series. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more Castlevania content. Hello, this is Simon Belmont. Here are 3 interesting facts about Castlevania. A number of Castlevania games have not made it into a remastered collection yet, including Castlevania 64, Legacy of Darkness, Lament of Innocence, and Curse of Darkness. In Castlevania, did you know you could use a lightsaber? Well, actually, it's called the Laser Blade, and it's a unique, craftable weapon in Castlevania Curse of Darkness. In Castlevania Curse of Darkness, there is a great deal of replay value for the game, as numerous crafted items and summoned creatures involve unique materials that can only be found in specific locations throughout the game. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more Castlevania content. Hello, this is Simon Belmont. Here are 3 interesting facts about Castlevania. On August 27, 2024, it was finally announced that the Nintendo DS Castlevania games would be remastered for the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation consoles in the Dominus Collection, named for the entity in Castlevania, Order of Ecclesia. The Dominus Collection also includes a remake of the 1987 arcade game, Haunted Castle, an early installment in the Castlevania franchise, and one of the few Castlevania arcade consoles. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness includes the additional boss battles of Medusa and the Spider Queen, previously excluded from Castlevania 64. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more Castlevania content. Hello, this is Simon Belmont. Here are 3 interesting facts about Castlevania. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness includes Henry Oldry, a character only found in the game and unlocked by completing Cornell's story. The newest remastered collection for Castlevania, the Dominus Collection, is also available on Steam, making the Nintendo DS games and the remake of Haunted Castle officially available for PC gameplay. Regarding Castlevania 64, Koji Igarashi stated that in spite of him not considering the game part of the main timeline, he did consider it a pioneering step into the realm of 3D Castlevania games. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more Castlevania content. Hello, this is Simon Belmont. Here are 3 interesting facts about Castlevania. In all of Castlevania, there has been only one game in which you do not fight bats. That game is Curse of Darkness. In Dawn of Sorrow, if you have the Game Boy Advance game Aria of Sorrow in your console while playing Dawn of Sorrow, then you will start Dawn of Sorrow in a new game with a bonus item. Similar to other Castlevania games, Order of Ecclesia has an alternate character playing mode in which you can play as Shanoa's adoptive brother, Albus, instead of Shanoa. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more Castlevania content.
Hello, this is Hector, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Castlevania Lords of Shadow seems to take inspiration from Castlevania Legends in a number of ways, including the Belmont clan being started by an illegitimate child, Gabriel, in Lords of Shadow. or the son of Sonia and Alucard in Legends. Unlike in the animated Castlevania series, the original Hector had a wife named Rosalie, who was burned alive by a mob on accusations of witchcraft. The librarian in Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, will only speak with Alucard and not Maria Renard or Richter Belmont in alternate play modes. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Hector, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. With his main element being fire, when facing the 3-headed Hound of Hell, or Cerberus, the Savage Dog is most easily defeated with water, ice, or even holy water weapons, which deal extra or even multiplied damage against him. Throughout the Castlevania series, numerous skeleton enemies are cowards, fearing the player facing their direction with a guard or blocking move. This trick may make numerous locations easier to navigate. Unlike in Symphony of the Night, the boss, known as Legion in Curse of Darkness, had a humanoid monster known as Nucleus at its core. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Hector, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. In Curse of Darkness, Trevor coming alone to investigate strongly implies he was alone to keep at least one child safe at home. A responsible monster slayer would not bring an infant or toddler with them. Michiru Yamane was the principal composer for the music of many Castlevania games, beginning with Bloodlines, and most recently with Grimoire of Souls. In Castlevania Curse of Darkness, you cannot steal from an enemy while time is frozen, unless that enemy has also frozen time. This will prove useful later in the game. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Hector, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. In the Castlevania games, the titular castle of Count Dracula is not merely a machine, but a living creature from hell itself, possessing a symbiotic connection with Dracula, along with being telepathic and capable of forming itself on Earth on its return from hell as well. The Curse of Darkness was originally set as a contingency for if Dracula should die, comparable to the curse set upon Simon Belmont in Castlevania 2, howbeit on a far greater scale. The titular Curse of Darkness from the game of the same name was a curse that drove humanity to anger against one another, potentially destroying them unless Dracula was revived and his assets cleansed. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, this is Hector, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Koji Igarashi's final Castlevania game as the lead producer was Castlevania Harmony of Despair, a multiplayer game in the franchise released first for Xbox 360 in 2010. Followed by Sony PlayStation 3 in 2011. Toru Hagihara worked on both Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night as a lead programmer, explaining some of the similarities and parallels. There were 4 games set aside as not canonical by Koji Igarashi in 2001. Those included Castlevania Legends, Castlevania 64, Castlevania Legacy of Darkness, and Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more.
Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. In the Lords of Shadow games, Trevor Belmont is voiced by Richard Madden, also known for the role of Robb Stark in Game of Thrones. Ayami Kojima's first contribution to Castlevania as a game franchise was her artwork for Symphony of the Night. Super Castlevania 4 was the introduction of new mechanics with the Vampire Killer Whip, including using the whip to swing from certain grapple points in the game, along with using the whip in 8 directions. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. While you do not meet Victor Frankenstein, the maker of the creature, the remains of the deceased Victor Frankenstein can be found in Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, in the Dark Academy. In Symphony of the Night, cloaked knights on rare occasion drop the Heaven Sword, a rare sword which can be thrown and returned to the player. In Castlevania Curse of Darkness, to find the Legion boss battle, go under the cracked wall on the far corner of the first floor of the Garibaldi Temple, using the magic circle ability of the Devil Innocent Devil. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. In Curse of Darkness, you can kill the constantly regenerating red skeletons through your Mage Innocent Devil by evolving the mage into a Nautilus and getting it to learn of the passive ability known as Purify. In 1986, Vampire Killer was released on the MSX2 computer only 1 month after Castlevania was released on the Nintendo Famicom computer. In Rondo of Blood and Dracula X Chronicles, Richter Belmont or Maria Renard can destroy blood skeletons permanently using the charm given by Terra, the nun taken captive by Dracula. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. The sword in Castlevania games known as Leviatane is another name for Marsil, the sword wielded in battle by both Aragorn and his ancestor Isildur in Lord of the Rings. If you're wondering if you can destroy the regenerating red skeletons in a Castlevania game, the question to be answered is it necessary to unlock an area in a part of the game? If no, then the answer is no, you cannot. Dracula, in both his canonical and Lords of Shadow versions, has the power to burn his enemies with his grasp, a power also possessed by the archvillain Sauron in Lord of the Rings. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. Playing the role of Count Dracula a total of 10 times in film, Christopher Lee is also named in the credits of the original Castlevania for his iconic role inspiring the game franchise. The Ice Brand, or Ice Sword of Mim in the Castlevania games, is named after Mim, who was among the last of the original pretty dwarves in the First Age in the Silmarillion. If you find a high ledge out of reach in Curse of Darkness, you might be able to access that area with a bird type of Innocent Devil who can raise Hector high in the air or carry him across chasms. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. The secret boss battle in Castlevania, Lament of Innocence, is a demon from the Devil's Army from the ancient war in heaven, hidden within the hellish confines of the demon castle. Ending a vampire's life on request was not only done by Leon Belmont to Sarah in Lament of Innocence, It was also done by Alucard on request of Dracula's vampiric servant, also desiring an end to his cursed existence. This occurred in the radio drama known as Nocturne of Recollection. The son of Dracula obliged and ended the vampire's life. The human disguise of the demonic queen of the moths in Castlevania Bloodlines is actually the likeness of the French queen Marie Antoinette, somewhat of a disturbing disguise for the monster's true form. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. In Castlevania Symphony of the Night, there are a number of respawning moneybags scattered throughout the castle. Keep your eyes open for a dark moneybag dropping, as that respawning moneybag is an easy way to collect large amounts of money rather quickly. In Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the sword known as Mormigel is a relic of the Silmarillion, with its name being named by its later owner Turin, and used in a number of his heroic feats. In Curse of Darkness, in order to craft the 7-bladed sword, you must first collect the material known as Beelzebub's seal, found only on the evil unicorns in the Infinite Corridor area of the game. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. If you're wondering if the later seasons of the animated Netflix series called Castlevania spoil the plot of Castlevania Curse of Darkness, well, the good news is they don't. From the characters down to the plot twist, the two are very different in comparison to one another. In Castlevania Rondo of Blood, the main characters never had any direct involvement in the French Revolution, however, with the pattern of great outpourings of violence such as the World Wars aiding Dracula's return into the mortal realm. It's likely that his return to Wallachia in 1792 was aided by the French Revolution. A little-known ability of Belmont characters is found in Curse of Darkness, where they donate their blood to open portals to access other dimensions. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more.
Hello there, this is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. While we have a shortage of new official Castlevania games, there is no shortage of game mods for Castlevania, including Vampire Survivors or Dead Cells. Ersebet Bathory has an uncanny resemblance to the character of Raisa Volkova from Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. Richter Belmont's backflip move is key to evading numerous enemy attacks whenever you play as Richter in a Castlevania game. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard for more Castlevania content. Hello there, this is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. The only time in canon when Dracula was not the big bad in Castlevania was in the case of Magnus or the Grim Reaper. In the Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim, you find a ring, a fang, a heart, an eye, and a rib in the Volkihar Keep. This is an Easter egg to the fact that Simon Belmont and later Alucard had to find these same body parts of Dracula and revive him in Castlevania games. In Castlevania Curse of Darkness, the Infinite Corridor is a realm between the material world and the immaterial chaotic realm, needed to access Dracula's castle. Be wary of the bizarre monsters there. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard for more Castlevania content. Hello there, this is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Hector from Curse of Darkness, long left out of Castlevania games aside from his lead role in the game, has been included along with his enemy, Isaac Laferez, as playable characters in Ode to Castlevania, a DLC for Vampire Survivors. In Castlevania Curse of Darkness, most bosses have the window for stealing from them while they are in the air from a jump. Unique crafting materials are obtained by this technique. The reason why many different monsters of various mythologies are harmed or destroyed by holy symbols in Castlevania games is because those monsters have life sustained by the chaotic realm and are servants of Dracula, making holy water or the cross effective against them. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard for more Castlevania content. Hello there! This is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Henry Oldry from Castlevania Legacy of Darkness is a rare case of a character using a firearm as a regular weapon, not a secret weapon or alternate play mode. The 3 Gorgon sisters from Castlevania Lords of Shadow games were likely inspired by the 3 Gorgon sisters from Vampire Hunter D, or even from Greek and Roman myths. In Castlevania Legacy of Darkness, the monster known as the Spider Queen and her spawn were inspired by the same monster Arachne from Greek and Roman myths, who became a giant spider herself from Athena's curse for not showing her gratitude to the goddess as her teacher. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard for more Castlevania content. Hello there! This is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. The idea of Medusa being in Dracula's castle was likely inspired by Vampire Hunter D, in which the villain, Magnus Lee, named for Christopher Lee, has a trio of magical Gorgon women inside his castle. The name Castlevania is the name of the evil living castle in which Dracula dwells. It is not confirmed, but widely speculated, that the first abandoned castle visited by Hector in Curse of Darkness is in fact the castle once used by Walter Bernhardt, with the numerous monsters inhabiting the castle, its old age, and the castle being connected to the Infinite Corridor, mysteriously by Belmont blood. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard for more Castlevania content. Hello there! This is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. It has come to my attention that Dracula is also not the big bad in Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow. Thanks, Xavier, for mentioning what came after my time. Following the unfortunate passing of Scott McCulloch in 2000, most of the English voicing of Richter Belmont has passed on to David Vincent, beginning with the Dracula X Chronicles, all the way into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Elizabeth Bartley manipulating the European leaders covertly into beginning World War I is inspired by the origin behind Vampire Hunter D, where the alternate version of Dracula known as the Sacred Ancestor helped fan the flames of the eventual atomic holocaust which crippled humanity and allowed his vampiric race to subjugate them. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard for more Castlevania content. Hello there! This is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. It was presumed that Alucard was dead sometime after Castlevania 3, until the retcon in Symphony of the Night establishing that Alucard had returned with a new appearance to destroy Dracula again. Drolta was a witch, familiar with demonic magics, who summoned the Hungarian vampire countess and niece of Dracula, Elizabeth Bartley, back from the dead in Castlevania Bloodlines. A powerful demon worshipped as a fertility deity in the ancient Mesopotamia, Astarte was among the monsters slain by Charlotte Olin and Jonathan Morris in 1944. It raises a question: were other ancient deities actually monsters? Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard for more Castlevania content. Hello there! This is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. The earliest release of a translation of Rondo of Blood came as a hidden game within the remake of Rondo known as the Dracula X Chronicles. The moai, or stone carving of a person's head from Easter Island, can be found in Castlevania Curse of Darkness. provided you also have a saved game file on your memory card from Castlevania Lament of Innocence. A nice callback to the prior Castlevania game on the PS2. In Harmony of Dissonance, Justa Belmont also combines the body parts of Dracula, only to partially revive Dracula as a wraith. The reason why this Wraith Dracula resulted unlike the true Dracula in Simon's Quest or Symphony of the Night is unknown. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard for more Castlevania content. Hello there, this is Richter Belmont, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. While Castlevania games have always shown religious symbols, the original Castlevania game in 1986 on the Famicom PC and NES broke a trend in Japanese game publishing for the time of avoiding a show of blatant religious references at the time. In the Japanese Nintendo Famicom PC version of Castlevania, you could save the game at the beginning of a particular stage in the game, a feature not found in the NES versions of the game or versions not released in Japan. Composers for the musical score of Castlevania The Dracula X Chronicles included Michiru Yamane, Akihiro Honda, Masanori Akita, and Yasuhiro Ichihashi. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard for more Castlevania content.
Hello, I am Maria, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Akumajo Dracula, Kabuchi no Tsuisokyoku, was the last canon novel in Castlevania canon under Koji Igarashi, published in 2008. In Castlevania Symphony of the Night, certain summoned familiars of Alucard are unique to certain versions of the game, such as the End Demon familiar only appearing in the Japanese PS1 version, along with the hidden version of the game within Dracula X Chronicles. While much of the original Castlevania team's members remain a mystery, the same team worked on the eventually decanonized Metal Gear sequel, known as Snake's Revenge. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Maria, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. In Castlevania Curse of Darkness, the unique crafting ingredient known as purple glitter can only be obtained from Dullahan, the Headless Knight, in the Infinite Corridor by stealing from the monster before he hits the ground during a stomp attack. The first appearance of Dullahan as a boss battle was in Castlevania Rondo of Blood, in which he is encountered at the ending of the alternate Stage 4, with the alternate secret boss being Carmilla the Bloody Countess. In Castlevania Curse of Darkness, the Minotaur boss has the Devil Iron, which can be stolen from him while he is in the air from a jump. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Maria, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. As of today, February 17th, 2025, Castlevania Symphony of the Night has yet to be officially released on PC. Inside the CD case for Castlevania Symphony of the Night is a preview for Metal Gear Solid, another game published by Konami, which also has Castlevania Easter eggs in the PS1 version. European markets didn't see the release of Castlevania III Dracula's Curse until 1992, almost 3 years after its initial launch in 1989. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Maria, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Slogra and Gaibon are a recurring boss and minion in Castlevania games. But where did they first appear? Super Castlevania 4 in 1991. A major influence on the Castlevania franchise, The original Vampire Hunter D animated film will be showing in select theaters worldwide from April 9th through April 13th, in commemoration of the film's original release 40 years ago. The music for Castlevania 3. Dracula's Curse was composed by Hidenori Maezawa, Jun Funahashi, and Yuki Morimoto. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Maria, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. In Castlevania Curse of Darkness, striking a monster with a heavy blue weapon such as a battle axe, warhammer, or mace can interrupt their attack, helpful in stopping powerful heavyweight monsters such as the Cyclops or Gladiator. The music for Super Castlevania 4 was composed by Masanori Adachi and Taro Kudo, who were credited as Masanori Udachi and Taro, respectively. The first Castlevania game to feature the whip swing mechanic was Super Castlevania 4 in 1991, and it wouldn't be the last. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Maria, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. The whip swing was first available in Super Castlevania 4, and was also featured in Bloodlines, Lament of Innocence, Harmony of Despair, and Grimoire of Souls. The first Castlevania game to be set outside of Transylvania was Castlevania Bloodlines, released for the Sega Genesis in 1994, and featuring various locations in Europe. Castlevania Bloodlines was the first Castlevania game for which Michiru Yamane composed the music, and she would go on to compose for numerous other Castlevania games following this one. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Maria, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Castlevania game music difficult to find on Amazon or Apple Music? Try searching with Akumajo Dracula or by the name of the song. Gilles de Rais was a French knight who was later put on trial and executed for the murders of around 140 children. Later, Dracula's followers revived Gilles de Rais as a vampire, where he would serve as a major villain in Castlevania 64 and Legacy of Darkness. Castlevania Curse of Darkness has a number of parallels with Castlevania Symphony of the Night, including playing a role of a son of Dracula who summons spirits in his quest, along with a female character who encourages you to help her wayward brother. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Maria, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. The musical score of Castlevania Order of Ecclesia was composed by Michiru Yamane and Yasuhiro Ichihase as the last mainline entry in the Castlevania series. Rosa, from Castlevania 64, was the one other case of someone being cured of vampirism without being fully killed. Her cure was the result of placing herself in the path of death's sickle attack, but appearing later to return to her parents after Dracula's death. The name of Malice is the Latin word for evil, foreshadowing the identity of the character in Castlevania 64. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more.
Hello, I am the librarian, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. When playing Castlevania 64, the type of game ending depends on whether or not you finish the game within 15 days of game time. Finish the game within 15 days to get the true ending. Castlevania Aria of Sorrow had less than 1 year in development before its release on the Nintendo Game Boy Advance in 2003, making it one of the shortest development cycles for an entry in the Castlevania series. In Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, the Master Librarian will only answer to Alucard, and no other character in alternate modes of gameplay. Here are 3 facts. Follow Master Alucard for more. Hello, I am the Librarian, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. The song Bloody Tears was originally composed by Kenichi Matsubara for Castlevania II, Simon's Quest. It has remained a frequently recurring tune throughout the series ever since. In the Castlevania games, Dracula and those descended from him sprout temporary wings when performing a double jump. This even applies to the non-canon Lords of Shadow. The origin of the wings is unknown. Whenever Slogra and Gaibon appear in a Castlevania game, the Grim Reaper appears either not long before or after the infamous duo. Remain on alert when these two appear. Here are 3 facts. Follow Master Alucard for more. Hello, I am the Librarian, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Sid Belmont is the direct descendant of Trevor Belmont, featured in the Castlevania book, known as Legend of Satanic Castle, a choose-your-own-adventure book in which the reader makes decisions in a quest against Dracula. Being known as the newer voice of Dracula in Symphony of the Night, Patrick Seitz also voiced the Grim Reaper in the newer version of the game as well. A variation of Divine Bloodlines, the opening theme for Castlevania 64, Opposing Bloodlines, was composed by Masahiro Kimura, Motowaki Furukawa, and Mariko Egawa. Here are 3 facts. Follow Master Alucard for more.
Hello, I am Dracula, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. You cannot ever truly be rid of Dracula. Humanity's greed and lust for blood will ensure that I will always be with you. In Vampire Survivors Ode to Castlevania, you can unlock Dracula as a playable character by entering Dracula's throne room as Richter Belmont on the Ode to Castlevania map. Keep in mind that with the power of chaos, I am never truly gone. Even at the end of Grimoire of Souls, the announcement is that I will return once more. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more.
Hello, I am the Librarian, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. On November 1st, 2025, it will be the 20th anniversary of the release of Castlevania, Curse of Darkness being released on the Sony PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox console. The Devil Castle Dracula, The Battle of Old Castle, is a choose-your-own-adventure book for Castlevania in which Dracula shows up on the set of a horror film about Dracula. And the actor named Simon Belmont has to go on an actual Castlevania adventure to go and rescue Lucy Lane, whom the Dark Lord has kidnapped. Divine Bloodlines, or Blood Relations of Heaven and Earth, was composed by Akira Shoji for Castlevania Rondo of Blood, released in 1993. Here are 3 facts. Follow Master Alucard for more. Hello, I am the Librarian, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. It's not every day you battle a vampire other than the Lord of the Castle, but one such case was that of Joachim Armster in Castlevania, Lament of Innocence, capable of wielding swords plus manipulating additional swords with his own telekinesis, making him a formidable enemy. Michael Belmont was a character named only in the design documents for Castlevania Bloodlines. While the character was not featured in Bloodlines, his name was used in Michael Schneider, the father of Reinhard Schneider, a playable protagonist in Castlevania 64 and Legacy of Darkness. The last voice work performed by Scott McCulloch in a Castlevania game was that of the narrator in the PAL version of Castlevania 64. His voiceovers would be reused in Legacy of Darkness. Here are 3 facts. Follow Master Alucard for more. Hello, I am the librarian, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Originally featured in Castlevania Rondo of Blood, Opus 13 was composed by Jigokuguruma Nakamura. In Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the English voices of Dracula and Richter Belmont were provided by Patrick Seitz and David Vincent, who had previously voiced their respective characters in Castlevania games. The most chilling and genuine reincarnation of Dracula was that of Malice in Castlevania 64, having the soul of the Count in his body before he was even born. Here are 3 facts. Follow Master Alucard for more. Hello, I am the librarian, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Alucard cannot throw the cross sub-weapon as a playable character, but can only use the powerful Grand Cross item Crash. Blackmore is a wicked mage encountered in Order of Ecclesia. He feeds on energy from his victims' souls. His weakness is fire magic and corresponding fire glyphs. Similar to previous Castlevania games, Castlevania 64 has the hidden loot near Dracula's throne room. Jump over the torch and scale the ledge around the perimeter of the throne room's outer walls to find it. Here are 3 facts. Follow Master Alucard for more.
Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. Rodane, or the Skeleton Knight, is a boss battle unique to Super Castlevania 4. Once a knight, Dracula cursed him so that he would continue guarding Dracula's castle, even after his death. In Castlevania, Curse of Darkness, the major event of Dracula's castle returning, following the defeat of Dullahan, changes many locations on the world map, unlocking numerous secrets previously inaccessible in the game. In Castlevania 64, every use of the sun or moon cards consumes time on the game timer. Be careful if you wish to accomplish the good ending of the game. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. The theme song of Simon Belmont originated in Super Castlevania 4 and was composed by the Konami Kukeha Club, a musical team working at composing songs for Konami. In Castlevania Curse of Darkness, the key to accessing the secret area in the cave passage from the forest of Jigramont through the statues is to perform the shoulder ride on a Laite-type innocent devil to smash through the statues. Reinhard Schneider was originally named Schneider Belmont in earlier drafts of Castlevania 64, until the name was edited to Reinhard Schneider. Him being a direct descendant of Richter Belmont, however, was not changed. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. Castlevania Symphony of the Night occurs in 1797, 100 years before the events of Bram Stoker's Dracula in 1897 in both Wallachia and England. A recurring boss battle. In the Nintendo DS Castlevania titles, Gurgoth is a beast of ancient times who grew mad and corrupted by imprisonment within a demonic realm and will attack other entities with little hesitation. Vampire Killer for the MSX. 2 Computer has the oddity of Dracula's true form being a painting on a castle wall. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and pertaining to Castlevania, here are 3 facts you probably didn't know. When Medusa is not in Castlevania, she appears to torment Hyrule. The Medusa boss from Castlevania is also a boss in The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. Hopefully she learned her lesson not to trespass in Hyrule ever again. In Metal Gear Solid 2, the villain known as Vamp shares the same Japanese voice actor as Alucard in Symphony of the Night, Ryotaro Okiayu. In Fallout New Vegas, a gunrunner's achievement is called "You Don't Belong in This World," quoting Richter's statement to Dracula in the prologue of the game of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania which you probably didn't know. The song known as The Tragic Prince is also known as Young Nobleman of Sadness or Pitiful Scion, and was composed by Michiru Yamane for Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The sound effects for Simon Belmont taking damage in the original Castlevania was reused for the player character and the hero's shadow boss in the second Legend of Zelda game, The Adventure of Link. In Metal Gear Solid 2, the villain known as Fat Man throws down his wine glass as an homage to how Dracula begins his battle with Richter Belmont in the prologue of Symphony of the Night. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania which you probably didn't know. As a separate continuity from the animated streaming series on Netflix, you do not control Alucard's titular sword telekinetically, but rather either summon the sword familiar or wield the separate Heaven Sword for a similar effect. In Castlevania, Lament of Innocence, David Wittenberg delivered his sole voice acting performance as Leon Belmont, the first of the iconic Belmont hunters in the series. In Castlevania Curse of Darkness, there are a few hidden potions known as XS potions, which restore your health to 100%. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more. Hello, this is Alucard, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania which you probably didn't know. In Castlevania Curse of Darkness, the waterfall you passed by earlier in the Baljet Mountains stops flowing with the defeat of Dullahan and the return of Dracula's castle, granting you access to a hidden stash of treasure. In the game of the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, the ruins in Vilverin contain an undelivered letter addressed to someone known as Alucardius, a reference to either the Castlevania character or the central character from Helsing. Beginning with Rondo of Blood, the Wyvern has made a number of appearances in the Castlevania game series as a boss battle. The Wyvern is a magical enchanted reptilian beast related to dragons, and has guarded mountain passages to Dracula's castle in the Transylvanian Alps from time to time. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more.
Hello, I am Dracula, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. Elizabeth Bartley is both my niece and Alucard's cousin, but as of now, they haven't confirmed if the Hungarian vampire countess hails from the Fahrenheit family or the Kronqvist family. In Symphony of the Night, The original English-spoken voice of Dracula is Michael Gwynn, who is also famous for the voice of Harry Mason in the video game of Silent Hill. Gwynn also voiced the Ferryman and the Master Librarian in the same game. Castlevania Bloodlines refers to how both the bloodlines of Dracula and the Belmonts are represented by the main characters in the game. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Dracula, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. In Castlevania, Portrait of Ruin, Eric Lecard is voiced by David Vincent in English and by Kohei Fukuhara in Japanese. A number of the top development team members of the first Castlevania game for Famicom and NES have remained anonymous, although some, such as the musical composer Kinuyo Yamashita, are known. The secret area in Castlevania, Portrait of Ruin, known as the Nest of Evil, can be unlocked by achieving a map exploration of at least 888% in the game. This is accomplished by exploring both the base castle along with almost all the worlds within the different enchanted paintings within the game. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Dracula, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. The English voice actor for the adult Eric Lecard, David Vincent, is also the voice actor for Richter Belmont, following the tragic passing of Scott McCulloch in late 2000. The Japanese voice actor for Boss Fang in the animated film Fist of the North Star, Kohei Fukuhara, also voiced the adult Eric Lecard in Castlevania, Portrait of Ruin. In Castlevania, Curse of Darkness, if you complete the game with a full completion of the maps, then you will receive instructions on how to play the game on Insane Mode, an increased difficulty setting with more resilient enemies and a weaker playable character, if you dare. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more. Hello, I am Dracula, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania, which you probably didn't know. The opening narrator for Castlevania Curse of Darkness was Thomas Weiner, who also voiced Death or the Grim Reaper in the same game. Michiru Yamane, well known for her numerous musical compositions beginning with Castlevania Bloodlines, now has her own official YouTube channel. The link to her channel is provided in the description. In the original Castlevania, there is a name in the ending credits sequence of Bela Lugosi. This is a reference to the actor Bela Lugosi, who portrayed Dracula in the 1931 horror film. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more.
Hello, this is Simon Belmont. Here are 3 interesting facts about Castlevania. In the ending credits of Castlevania, there is a mention of the name Boris Karloffus. This name is a parody of the name of the real-life actor Boris Karloff, who played the roles of both the Mummy and Frankenstein's monster in various horror films. This is likely a reference to both monsters portrayed by the actor appearing in the game itself. While the castle of Count Dracula is mentioned as being a living creature with a will of its own by Alucard in Symphony of the Night, the implications go back to at least 1 decade earlier in Simon's Quest, in which Dracula's castle is referred to as the Hell House. Among the most unique boss battles in the Castlevania series is the Skeleton King, who only appears in the Sega Saturn version of Symphony of the Night. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more Castlevania content. Hello, this is Simon Belmont. Here are 3 interesting facts about Castlevania. In Japanese, the title of the Castlevania series is Akumajo Dracula, which translates to the Demon Castle Dracula, indicating the living and malevolent nature of the titular castle itself. Featured in Super Castlevania 4, the boss known as Coronaut is sometimes mistaken for a golem, but he's actually part of Dracula's Livid Castle, breaking off to combat Simon Belmont as an intruder. A fan-favorite song of the original Castlevania on the Famicom and NES, Heart of Fire was composed by the group known as the Konami Kukeiha Club. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more Castlevania content. Hello, this is Simon Belmont, and here are 3 interesting facts about Castlevania. Secrets in Castlevania happen in some of the most unexpected places. In the original game, one can get an extra life by walking against some walls in the game. In Castlevania games, most projectile attacks from monsters can be destroyed with the character's weapon or even sub-weapons, sometimes even dropping power-ups when the projectiles are destroyed. In the opening narration of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the narrator is voiced by Michael Gwynn, who also voiced several other characters in the game. Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more Castlevania content. Hello, this is Simon Belmont, and here are 3 interesting facts about Castlevania.
In the PC game of Jazz Jackrabbit 2, there is a level known as Haunted Vania, which directly parodies the Castlevania games. In Saints Row 2, the song of "What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse" is a direct reference to the opening prologue of Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. In Castlevania, Portrait of Ruin, the villain known as Bronner is inspired by real-life Romanian artist Victor Bronner, a surreal artist famous for works involving signs and symbols from mythology. These also included Bronner's Cyclops attack in-game being a reference to the Cyclops artwork by the historical artist himself.
Here are 3 facts. Follow Alucard's channel for more Castlevania content.
Hello, this is Alucard, and here are 3 facts about Castlevania which you probably didn't know. In Castlevania game canon, the Grim Reaper or Death has no limitation to entering Hell or the Chaotic Realm. And in some Castlevania games, such as Symphony of the Night, Death's boss battle is within Hell itself, within the inverted castle. A brutal revelation in a Castlevania game is that a child is actually the full adult consciousness of Dracula, using the appearance of a young boy to deceive the player. Castlevania 64 and Legacy of Darkness were retconned, but the nature of the reveal remains quite disturbing. The first song to ever be heard in the Castlevania series is Vampire Killer, composed by Kinuyo Yamashita, and which has had variations composed for numerous other installments, along with spin-off games such as Super Smash Bros. And Vampire Survivors. Here are 3 facts. Follow the channel for more.